How you doing? In 1 week grand jury trial where they could give me 10 to 40 and 7 on a prior offender and burglary for someone accusing me of attempting shoplifting over a year ago. Nothing was taken or nothing. A year ago, I went on probation for minor drug charge, and the next week I went in and asked my probation officer to transfer, which I was told I could not because the prosecutor said there might be some uh, stealing charges. I said, "What are you talking about?" Well, a few days later, law enforcement asked me to help them with the drug problem here. And I told them I was no longer around drugs and didn't really want to, don't you care about your community, whatever. Said, well, if you don't, there could be these charges. And I said, well, they suspended my probation and I just couldn't help them because I knew something, it just didn't feel right and I wasn't going to do it. That was October. In the end of December, my mother tells me there's a warrant. And I said, okay. So I go in next week and I turn myself in, post a $5,000 bond. I go to court and they turn it into a prior offender, 10 to 40 years. I've never been in prison and stuff, never did no violence, anything. Attempted shoplifting, nothing stolen. Then they try to hit me with a probation violation, which they can put you in prison on your violation. Even if you're found not guilty, you can't get out. It's kind of slippery there. But that was in January when I posted bond. They finally appointed me attorney to me in March. When I talk to the attorney, I find out, I get the discovery, the person accusing me of it is a known shoplifter on probation, was with an unidentified male, has 11 stealing and shoplifting charges and trespasses, and said it was me. This was 3 days after the incident. They never questioned me. I got a probation. They know where I live, so they couldn't find me to question me. 3 months later is when I find out about it. So I'm scared. I'm sorry. But when I finally get with the attorney, I said, look, if I did such a bad thing, why is my bond only $5,000? And I said, their most key evidence, they say a video, doesn't exist because the police officer said from day one something was wrong with it. But that's what they used. Okay, 4 days after I tell the attorney this, I'm hit with a grand jury indictment, $25,000 bond on the same charge. But what it did is waive my preliminary. And I'd say, where's the video? Where's the video? 2 days before I go to court again for the preliminary of the grand jury trial, my attorney won't answer my calls. The office, oh, your attorney's so busy today, can't talk to you. In court, I said, I'll go to court. You can't even get in court. The secretary tells me she will give me the discovery and show me the video. When I arrived 3 hours later, she messed up. She said, your attorney went to the store to try to get a video because this one's messed up. I said, what? I said, I know it is. She ought to get this thrown out. What the heck? They ought to get this thrown out. And I left mad. The attorney don't call me till the next evening, day before court. Don't even mention it. Said, oh, you don't have to come to court tomorrow. I'll do it. I said, bull crap, I'm coming. My rights being violated. This is wrong. Threatens me. If I do, I'll go to prison. There might be some drug indictments laying around. I said, what the heck? I'm still going. I go to court with my mother and a blind assistant. I'm legally blind. And we're the only ones in court besides the attorney, all the prosecutors, all the court officials, and the judge, which I will say the judge is very honorable. I do have no disrespect for him or his court whatsoever. But they waived a right speed trial, and they set the trial for next week. This was back in 3 months ago. The attorney takes a 3-month leave of absence. And I knew they was trying to get me on the violation, but I walked the chalk because I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'd go to the violation hearing 2 weeks ago. My PO stands up and says, he's did everything we've asked him. He's a good person. Judge said, that's rare to have them back you. 3 days later, they switched my PO. I see the attorney. I don't know what's wrong with this video still. Oh my God. I said, look, we know what's happening between us. But I'm ready to dismiss you because I like you, but I'm more scared of you. Give me a week. Well, I have to meet the attorney tomorrow, but then it's been postponed till Tuesday. I'm freaking out because I know something's up. Someone tried to get me the whole time. I pushed away my family, everyone around me, because something was going on, and it still is. I don't know what to do. I mean, if I'm found guilty, 10 years. This is attempted shoplifting, which I did not do. There's no evidence, and the most key evidence they used to get the indictment, everything, it don't even exist. It says in their own paperwork. I can prove everything I say. I don't know what this do, but I'm scared. They could get me any time. I got all the evidence. I got packets ready to mail, which I give to someone to mail in case something happens to me. That's how scared I am. I mean, things like this with police, small town justice, dude, something could happen. And I just I'm scared for my safety and my life. They could take my whole freedom, my kids' right to have a father, when all I want to do was leave out of here. But the attorney did tell me that they tried to put me between a rock and a hard place. They thought I'd run or break my violation. I said, why would I run? I didn't do nothing. I don't know. Is there anybody out there that knows what I can do? I mean, this is serious. Well, thank you for sharing. I say anything happens to me, my loved ones will take care of it, and the packets will hit news or whatever. Like I said, no disrespect towards the judge or his court, because that is a good man. Because I'm not disrespecting, the attorneys are. But I can't get up to say anything to him yet because I don't know how to go about it. But I got a plan in action. Thank you for listening. Anybody out there can help me or give me any advice, please do. Thank you.